What's going on, guys? Waco from Revolution. So the names Bart and Tim Grönefeld are pretty much synonymous with extraordinary movement making, and actually have been great innovators in different fields, in the remontoire d'égalité, and most recently the chronograph, where they did a very cool chronograph with a zero reset mechanisms that is controlled in terms of its speed by a flying regulator. That watch was so successful that in fact it won the GPHG award last year for the chronograph category, and we have Bart Grönefeld here to tell us a little bit more about that. How are you, sir?
Hi, how are you?
Well, the first thing I want to ask you about is, like, when you guys got on stage, you did a very interesting dance. Like, is that a traditional Grönefeld brothers dance, or?
Yeah, we do that already since our youth. So we don't practice that so often, but it went well on stage.
It was kind of like I was looking at Maverick and Goose in Top Gun. You hit the thing, and then you kind of hit each other.
Yeah, I think they copied it from us.
And then the foot was involved as well. Right?
Yeah, we call it a foot shake.
The foot shake. So, Bart, I know that you were at Renault Poppy. You were working in the minute repeater department.
Yes.
And a lot of what you experienced there, a lot of the mechanisms of the minute repeater really informed the creation of this watch, even though it is a chronograph. You're mentioning that there's a surprise piece in there, there's an all or nothing in there, and there's, of course, a very beautiful and very visible flying regulator. Can you walk us through the design process of this and how you integrated those components into this watch?
Yes. First of all, we always want to do something special with the mechanisms. Traditional mechanisms, either improved or made different. Here we made it really different. With the experience we have as watchmakers, also in the after-sales field, we have repaired many chronographs, and a lot of times we see the heart-shaped cams damaged, because, especially for the minutes, the hammer always hits violently on the heart-shaped cam. So we try to avoid that, and how can we avoid it? With a very soft reset. So we thought of something. When the hammer goes down, let's do that slowly, and then the hand will go back slowly. It's also nice to look at,
It's non-violent, it's very tranquil.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about how that functions.
The hammer is actually linked up with a rack. So it's like a
repeater.
Like a repeater. It has a rack, but with teeth, and these teeth are connected to some wheels going to the flywheel. And then when the hammer is going down, the governor starts to spin. It's a centrifugal governor. Gold weights. They push. The harder it spins, the more torque is inertia, and then it breaks more. So it's a very equal sliding process. What was I going to say?
The inertia, and then it slows everything down and becomes very fluid as it returns to zero.
Yeah.
One thing I just, as I'm looking at this watch, I think that people don't talk enough about related to the Grönefeld brothers is that your designs are beautiful, right? Like, so what's the process for designing a dial like this? Because I just love the balance and the symmetry. It's like symmetrical asymmetry.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like you get the hour minutes here, you get the precise jumping minute counter here, you've got the continuous seconds, and you get this flying regulator, and then you get a power reserve at 11, and everything's a little offset, but yet feels really balanced.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad you feel like it's balanced. For some, it's not balanced enough.
Really?
But I think some balancing too much is boring.
Those are the guys that follow all the rules in life.
Yeah.
Those guys are boring. You don't want to hang with those guys.
No, we follow our own rules. So that's.
Hell yeah.
So we placed. I made this design very much inspired. First of all, the case is inspired by the remontoire case, the Principia case, the Decennium tourbillon. It's called the 1941 case, which is the birth year of our father, Chef Grönefeld, born in 1941. So the design language of the case was already there, and we knew that the parallax tourbillon is also a beautiful design. Also with these offset counters.
Incidentally, I love that tourbillon. It's a tourbillon where you're stopping the motion of the balance wheel by arresting the cage.
Yes.
I think it's very brilliant, like a much less violent sort of approach.
It's also a mechanism we took in account from experience we had in the past for other brands. But we, instead of ending the power reserve this way, we end the cycle of the 1 minute tourbillon cage.
Exactly.
But the design language of the dial of the parallax tourbillon is coming back to this remontoire, this chronograph. The hours and minute counters are the same, and shape of the hands, the shape of the print. Actually, now designing a Grönefeld watch is becoming more and more easy. because
The language is there, yeah.
we have now the tradition of ourselves. But in the beginning, we really had to find a way. What is Grönefeld?
Right.
How can we make it different? And we made our second watch very much Grönefeld, with stainless steel bridges, cold chatons, the frosted finish with the circular graining, bevels. Gives every movement of Grönefeld now a really distinct look. So it's actually designing. It's getting easier, but this mechanism is built up from the ground up, and it had a lot of thought going into the movement.
Amazing. Okay, two elements I want to talk about. First, there's a surprise. So you were saying that when the reset lever is coming down to the hard cam, sometimes they can meet point to point.
Yes.
And because of that, you've installed a surprise piece, right, which allows
Yeah.
it to not have that point-on-point contact.
Yeah, especially for the seconds counter, you can have it. The hammer can go point to point.
Yeah.
In a normal chronograph, it's going that violent that it will bounce off, move a bit, and go down
That's just
anyway.
like handshake,
Yeah.
right, like-
For a minute counter, you don't have this problem because it's always before or after
Right.
that point. But in this case, we have like a roller. We have like a jeweled roller so it can come point to point. This makes a huge problem because the watch stops. It doesn't go down. The reset will not happen.
Right.
So we put in like a surprise piece, as in a minute repeater. When it's just coming before point to point, it pushes off the cam,
Wow.
and then it goes down.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
it's cool and very useful.
It's a beautiful watch. You did them in tantalum, edition of 25, right?
25 pieces,
Steel and 100 and
88 in steel.
and you sold the tantalum ones in 2 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah,
And then the steel ones.
the steel ones, we sold about 120 pieces within two hours.
Yeah.
And then we really needed, we were overwhelmed. But we needed to stop the orders because we still don't know yet how efficient we can build them. You know, it's very complex. The watchmakers need to be trained.
Of course.
And we launched this last year with the prototype, and we delivered about 4 pieces where we feel confident this is how it is.
Very cool.
After the prototype, we had to do like 42 modifications,
Wow.
minor ones and bigger ones. So we really want to deliver reliable timepieces. Yeah.
Bart, talk to me a little bit about the Delta Works, which is kind of like your sport utility vehicle.
Yes. We are big guys. We love big watches. The 1 Hertz watch was.
How tall are you?
I'm 188,
And how much do you weigh?
106 kilos.
Damn, dude, really?
Yeah, but it's already 25 less than a few years ago.
Cycling.
Cycling, yes. I want to live longer than I was. It was not good for my body, so I went to go cycling.
Can we take a look at that one?
Yes. So this one, the dial is inspired from a remontoire we made for Only Watch.
I remember. Yeah.
That Only Watch was really highly appreciated.
Right.
People ask, can I have also this dial? I said, no, you cannot have it. But of course I keep things in mind, and I thought this will be for the next project.
Right.
So this frosted dial is the same color scheme as the Only Watch, remontoire.
Yes.
But we wanted to make a big watch. We only had this 39.5 and 40 millimeter cases. We wanted to have some big watches, especially for myself, for my brother.
What about like a non-big guy like me? Could I wear this watch?
We tried to design it
Right.
that the bracelet fits well on smaller wrists as well.
Pretty good. Right?
So it bends down nicely. The lugs are pointing downwards.
Tell me about the movement.
The movement, it's an automatic,
Yeah.
nothing really spectacular in terms of mechanics,
Pretty beautiful, actually.
but it is spectacular in terms of finishing.
Yeah.
It has an open-worked rotor, winding mass. The winding mass is actually extending further than you can see.
Right.
It's going in between the case back and the case. So with a shock, the winding mass can never touch the glass, it can never touch the movement.
Faceplate, right.
Yeah, because we really want to protect our movement. There's a lot of work involved, decorating. And that's also we have seen in after-sales watches where when the bearing wears out, it will damage the movement.
Amazing.
So, and we don't want to have the damaged movement, so we thought of this system, and it works fine. And then design feature is also these rubberized inserts, which is color matching to the strap. We have different colors: blue, orange, black, olive, or black. Oh, I said already. And white, of course, white.
I like the white.
Yeah. And we launched this watch with a huge amount of orders of these chronographs, but we launched it anyway because the project was already on my wrist for 2 years already.
You wear when you cycle?
I don't. I have a Garmin. No, but I can use it, but it's too sweaty. But so we really needed to launch it because you know, we have this idea to make it this design, and what if somebody else comes with the same design? So we introduced it anyway, but we only can take like 20 orders per year, not more. We don't have enough capacity.
I get it, dude. Well, Bart, it was a pleasure to spend time with you here at the fair. Thank you so much. I hope to see
Thanks
you
for
at our
stopping by.
Revolution fondue party tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have lots of Kirsch and tequila.
I have some beer too.
Lots of beers.
Without beer, we won't come.
We have beer specifically.
Okay.
But I suggest we drink the beer before the fondue.
Yes,
After
yeah.
the fondue,
We
can
have
play with your digestion.
we have very strong stomach, so
Wow.
yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye. Cheers.